Vaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
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 Narayanam Namaskrityam
Narayanam Namaskrityam
Naranchaiva Narottamam
Naranchaiva Narottam
Devin Saraswatin Vyasam
Devin Saraswatyasam
Tato Jaye Mudiraye
Tato Jayamudirake
Ashtaprayeshu Bhadreshu
Ashtaprayesu Bhadresu
Nityam Bhagavata Sevayam
Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya
Bhagavate Uttamasloke
Bhagavate Uttamastoke
Bhaktin Bhavatir Naistiki
Bhaktin Bhavati Naistiki
Krishnaya Vasudevaya
Krishnaya Vasudevaya
Devaki Nandanaya Cha
Devaki Nandanaya
Nandagopa Kumaraya
Nandagopakumaraya
Govindaya Namo Namaha.
Govindaya Namo Namaha.
Hare Krishna. So today we are going to discuss Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 2, Chapter 8, text number 20. The canto name is The Cosmic Manifestation and the chapter name is Questions by King Parikshit. Please repeat the sloka behind me. Yogeśvara-aishvarya-gatir
Yogeśvara-aishvarya-gatir
liṅga-bhaṅgas yoginām
liṅga-bhaṅgas yoginām
vedopaveda-dharmāṇām
vedopaveda-dharmāṇām
itihāsa-purāṇayoḥ
itihāsa-purāṇayoḥ.
Word by word meaning. Yogeśvara
Yogeśvara
of the master of the mystic powers.
of the master of the mystic powers.
Aishvarya,
Aishwarya,
opulence.
opulence.
Gatiḥ,
Gatiḥ,
advancement.
advancement.
Liṅga,
Liṅga,
astral body.
astral body.
Bhaṅgaḥ,
Bhaṅgaḥ,
detachment.
detachment.
Two,
But
yoginām
yoginām
of the mystics.
of the mystics.
Veda,
Veda,
transcendental knowledge.
transcendental knowledge.
Upaveda,
Upaveda,
knowledge in
knowledge in
pursuance of the Veda indirectly.
pursuance of the Vedic indirectly.
Dharmāṇām
Dharmāṇām
of the religiosities.
of the religiosities.
Itihāsa,
Itihāsa,
history.
history.
Purāṇayoḥ,
Purāṇayoḥ,
of the Purāṇas.
of the Purāṇas.
Translation and purport by Divine Grace Abhay Charanavadi A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada.
Jai Srila Prabhupada.
Translation, please repeat behind me. What are the opulences
What are the opulences
of the great mystics?
of the great mystics?
And what is their ultimate realization?
And what is their ultimate realization?
How does the perfect mystic
How does the perfect mystic
become detached from
become detached from
the subtle astral body?
the subtle astral body?
What is the basic knowledge
What is the basic knowledge
of the Vedic literatures,
of the Vedic literature,
including the branches
including the branches
of history
of history
and the supplementary Purāṇas?
and the supplementary Purāṇas?
Purport. The Yogeśvara, or the master of mystic power, can exhibit 8 kinds of wonders of perfection by becoming smaller than the atom or lighter than a feather getting anything and everything he desires, going anywhere and everywhere he likes, creating even a planet in the sky, etc. There are many Yogeśvaras having different preferences, proficiencies in their wonderful powers. And the topmost of all of them is Lord Shiva. Lord Shiva is the greatest yogi and he can perform such wonderful things far beyond the ordinary living beings. The devotees of the Lord, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, do not directly practice the process of mystic powers, but by the grace of the Lord, his devotee can defeat even a great Yogeśvara like Durvāsā Muni, who picked a quarrel with Mahārāja Ambarīṣa and wanted to show the wonderful achievement of his mystic powers. Mahārāja Ambarīṣa was a pure devotee of the Lord, and thus, without any effect on his part, the Lord saved him from the wrath of Yogeśvara Durvāsā Muni, and the latter was obliged to beg pardon from the king. Similarly, at the time of Draupadi precarious position, when she was attacked by the Kurus, who wanted to see her naked in the open assembly of the royal order, the Lord saved her from being stripped by supplying an unlimited length of sari to cover her. And Draupadi knew nothing of mystic powers. Therefore, the devotees are also yogeśvaras by the unlimited power of the Lord, just as a child is powerful by the strength of the parents. They do not try to protect themselves by any artificial means, but are saved by the mercy of the parents. Maharaja Parishit inquired from the learned Brahmanas, Sukadeva Goswami, about the ultimate destination of such great mystics, or how they attain such extraordinary powers by their own efforts or by the grace of the Lord. He inquired also about their detachment from the subtle and gross material bodies. He inquired also about the purports of the Vedic knowledge. As stated in Bhagavad Gita 15.15, the whole purport of all the Vedas is to know the Supreme Personality of Godhead and thus become a transcendental loving servant of the Lord. Om Ajnana-timirandasya Jnananjana-shalakaya Chakshurumridamyena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami iti namine. Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharani Nirvishesha Shunyavad Pashasha Desha Dharani Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrindari Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. So we are seeing this chapter, questions by King Parikshit. This is the 20th sloka. In this also, Parikshit asking the question about the opulence of the great mystic yogis and what is their realization. And he's asking what is the perfect mystic after become detached from the subtle and astral body. So how does the perfect mystic become? Say, who is the perfect mystic? Who is the mystic? Mystic in the sense getting the power, more power than the normal human being. So the normal person, we have a very, very limited power by the grace of the Supreme Lord. And by their yogic practice, their power can be increased. So there are 8 different mystic powers are there. So here, the 8 mystic powers are called Anima, Mahima, Lagima, Garima, Prapti, Prakamya, Vishishtva, and Istya. These are the 8 mystic powers. We have the 8 mystic powers. So if it is Anima, the mystic power is Anima, what they will do? The person can become smaller than a smallest, like even at a atom level also they can change their body to smaller. And Mahima, so Mahima means they can ability to grow their body infinitely large. So we hear that Lord only can do this, but the other person who is practicing the yogic practice, they can also get this power. And Lagima, so Lagima means he become lighter than the lightest, like a feather. They can, the feather, how there is no weight for the feathers, like that they can make themselves lighter. And Garima, so the ability to become infinitely heavy. So they cannot do anything like that. Prapti. So prapti means the ability to acquire anything. They can acquire anything. So they will, based on that this power, they can reach the specific place, and they will know about the future. They will go to the future and they will see what is happening in the future. That is a prapti. And prakamya. Prakamya means, so the ability to have all desire fulfilled. They can do that, all the desires, all of their desires fulfilled. And Vasistva. Vasistva means, so the ability to control the other animals or the other human being. They can control. That is the Vasistva. Istva. Istva means ability, they can control the nature and extend the influence over others. They can extend the influence over the others. Like these are the different 8 mystic powers. So we can hear the Hanuman. He's also a mystic yogi actually, but he's a Supreme Personality. He's the great devotee of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Lord Ram. But he also the mystic yogi. So when Hanuman reached Lanka, he changed his body very small. That is anima. And when he was going from Rameshwaram to Lanka, in between he changed his body. He became large, and that time he is small also. So these activities he did. So anima, lagima, Hanuman did. Anima, mahima, and lagima. So lagima, the people they will walk on the water. We can now also people are showing that I can walk on the water. Some mystic yogis they will walk on the water also. That is also possible. So it is lagima. So one of the mystic yogi who was there in the Bengal that time, His Holiness Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Maharaj, who is the Prabhupada's guru, he used to cross the Ganges through a boat. So the boatman, he was one of the other person, mystic yogi also along with him, he was also traveling. So the boatman, he was glorifying that mystic yogi. So he is a very, very, but before getting into that, he was telling that he is the very mystic yogi. He will walk on this water. He will cross this without the boat. He will just walk on top of the water. He will cross this Ganges. So he has that much power. Like that, he was glorifying anything. So Swamiji, you are saying that Krishna and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Nityananda, and you are talking about all these big things. Will you able to do this, all those things? Like that, he was thinking that the mystic yogi is the greatest person. The Swamiji is nothing. So then he gave, means he crossed that Ganges, and the other when he crossed after the other side of the bank, he got on from the boat, and he told that boatman, see, he gave how much charge is it? 10 paisa from one place to reach to one bank to other bank. So whatever that he glorified the other person, he did the mystic yoga he practiced for 30 years. He spent dedicatedly 30 years. He practiced that how to walk on the water. That yogas he practiced. Lagima. So then he told, whatever this person he wasted his 30 years just to walk on the water. This is one of the mystic yoga power. Just to get that, he spent 30 years. He wasted that. So if I give 10, that is what is the worth of that walking on the water? It is just a 10 paisa. If I give you 10 paisa, I can cross this Ganges without any effort. But this person spent 30 years to do this, crossing this place from here to there. So that is the understanding of our great devotees, our acharyas. So don't want to waste our time on this mystic powers. We are mystic power means it is kind of a pride. Okay, I am having this power. So we are trying to take the position of the Lord. Okay, next to the Lord, I am also having this power kind of. So this kind of attitude should not be there with the people. So that is the reason Bhakti Maharaj he explained this to the boatman. And similar way, there is a Garima. Garima, we can see when the Govardhan was brought to this that time what happened? The Govardhanagiri, when he was kept on this, on the Vrindavana, he became made his body very heavy. Govardhana was not unable to shake the Govardhana hill after that. He made his body heavy. So that is Garima. And Prapti. So Prapti in the sense, we can see that mystic yogi, we talked about the Durvāsā Muni and Narada Muni also. Narada Muni, he was traveling all over the 3 worlds without any effort. So that is because of Prapti. That is one of the mystic power. And they can see the future event also. That is also a mystic power of the Prapti. These are the example. So Prakamya means the ability to have all desires fulfilled. So they will, if they do, then if they give some Ashirvad, that will be fulfilled. Like Durvāsā Muni, he gave the Ashirvad to Kundi. Like you will get a child. You will get a child with whenever you recite this mantra and you remember some demigods, that power demigod will come as your child. So that is the desires, whatever her desires, he fulfilled. He gave this benediction. So this is Prakamya. This ability is called Prakamya. Vasistva. So they can control the animals and they control the human beings. So the people who have that hypnotism, they are doing that. Hypnotize the person. So this is the one of the mystic power. That is the Vasistva. And Istva means they can ability to control the nature. They are saying that the people, they can stop the rain for some time. They stop the sun for some time. Krishna is, of course, he is a Supreme Personality of Godhead. But the other person also with this powerful, we could have seen that the yogi, he stopped this rain for some time. He stopped the sun for some time. The sunlight for some time. So this is the way the 8 siddhis are there. But these 8 siddhis, we need to take it in the spiritual way. It is not like 8 siddhis is the powerful, I'm next to the God. That should not be there. So the 8 siddhis, suppose anima, is the ability to smaller than the atom. So if you take that, one can become smaller by being humble and leaving ego and anger. If you leave the ego and anger, we can smaller than the smallest. We need to feel ourselves smaller than the smallest. That is the spiritual way of understanding to get this mystic power. That is the powerful mystic power than how to change our body reduced in the small size. And Mahima, Mahima means grow infinitely large. So how to, by helping others, we can become very large. Our heart should be very large to help others. And Lagima means lighter than the lightest. So we need to forgive others and we need to forget the mistake done by others. We should not have any grudges for others. This is lighter. So in this way, we can keep our heart lighter. This is Lagima. And Garima means infinitely heavy. So that means we need to keep our commitment. It is heavy. So I am doing this. I'm going to do this. This is my commitment. I have to do this. I am doing this. This is whatever the problems will come, I will do this. So this is the commitment, that one strong commitment, that is Garima. And Prapti. Prapti means ability to travel one place to other place, acquire anything, and hearing means able to see the future event. So this way, in our spiritual way, how do we take ability to our vision to see our others' heart and their mind, and according to that, we need to interact with them so that they won't get offended, and we can install Lord in their heart. So that is the Prapti. And Prakamya means having ability to have all desire fulfilled. So what is the desire to be fulfilled? All desire to fulfill? Serving the Supreme Personality of Godhead. That is my whole desire. So in that way, we can become a Prakamya mystic yogi also. and Vasistva. Vasistva means ability to control the human being or animals. So we ourselves, we can have the self-discipline first. And with the Asura, yes, in the Kaliva, it is said that both we have the God qualities also and demonic quality also within the same person. So we can tame the animal which is there inside of us, and we can enhance the godly qualities. That is called Vasistva. And Istva in the sense, control the nature and influence over the others. So the influence over the others, but what we can do is think this mystic power, we can motivate the others, we can lead, and we can give this Krishna consciousness to others. So these are the mystic powers. It is not only on the materially, we should not, that is, if you are thinking that it's a materialistic power, I wanted to get, that means it is material. If you are include that God and think about the other meaning for along with the Lord, then it will be a spiritual way of getting the mystic powers. So here in this purport, Prabhupada is talking about the mystic yogi, Durvāsā Muni. So how Durvāsā Muni is the mystic yogi. So when the Ambarīṣa Mahārāja pastimes, everybody aware. So he was the mystic yogi. He has the power to produce a demon immediately, and he asked the demon to kill Ambarīṣa Mahārāja. But what happened? But devotees cannot be, nobody can use the mystic power on devotees. That is the proof through this. The Lord proved that. Ambarīṣa Mahārāja was saved by the Lord. The Sudarshan Chakra not allowed the demon to kill Ambarīṣa Mahārāja. What happened? Sudarshan Chakra went behind this Durvāsā Muni. He was going all over the three worlds. He was asking for the result because he was a mystic yogi. So he was able to produce the demon, and he was able to go all the three worlds and asking the help. But nobody able to help him. But what happened? Finally, he came and surrendered under the lotus feet of the devotee, Ambarīṣa Mahārāja. Then he got saved. So to become the devotee is the topmost, that become more than this, all this mystic power, becoming a devotee is the topmost thing. So from this Ambarīṣa Mahārāja pastime, we can understand this. And also, he was Prabhupada talking about, because how the bhakti is greater than this mystic yoga. And he was quoting the Mahabharata incident. Draupadi striped in front of all the Kauravas in the assembly. What happened? In the open assembly, they were striping they tried to stripe the Draupadi's sari. Then when she surrendered, so surrender, that means through that what we can understand, surrenderness, that is a saranagati, it is greater than all the mystic powers. So she surrendered. She don't know any mystic powers, but her sari was increased, the length. It was whatever they are pulling, the sari is coming out. Well, that is also one of the mystic power, but the mystic power used by the Lord on her devotee. So devotee, she was just a child. That's what Prabhupada gave the example. So we need to be like a child and allow the parents to take care of the things. So the child also feel that I am very much powerful. The child, if you closely watch the child, if you are seeing the child, we are seeing that child has no power. But the child is thinking that behind me, my parents are there, so I have all the powers. Like that, the child is thinking. So through that, the child is walking along with the parent's strength. The child is walking over and to do these things. The similar way, the child also know that my parents are there to protect me. The similar way, the bhakti yogis, who are the devotees, they won't believe on these mystic powers. They won't try to get these mystic powers because it's a waste of time. As Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Maharaj said, it's just a waste of time to get them all these mystic powers. They need to take these mystic powers into self-reformation. So that way we can go under the lotus feet of the Supreme Lord, and we can also part of the devotee community. So that is the way we have to take this mystic powers. So this is the explanation provided by Srila Prabhupada. And also, and here he was, the Parishit Maharaj, he was asking about all the Vedic literature. So what is the basic knowledge of Vedic literature? So it is already, Krishna is not told the same thing in the Bhagavad Gita 15.15. Sarvasya chaham vidhi sannivisto mattah smidhinyanam apohanam cha vedaisa sarve raham yeva vedyo vedanta kritveda vidyeva chaham. See, vedaisa sarve raham yeva vedyo. So if you read all the Vedas, what happened? By all the Vedas, I am to be known. So this is the Vedic knowledge. Lord already provided that in Bhagavad Gita. So the same question he was asking to Sukadeva Goswami. He wanted to get the explanation from Sukadeva Goswami. So that is the reason he asked this question. So, and what is the purpose of this Purāṇas and the Purāṇas also? If you see the Purāṇas and itihāsas, why all those things are there? We are seeing that Vishnu Purāṇa, Garuda Purāṇa, there are so many Purāṇas are there. And like we have the itihāsas, Ramayana and Mahārāja, it's a big itihāsas. So what we learn from this, if you scrutinizingly, if you see everything, it is central part is, the essence of this is the glorification of the Lord and how to surrender to the Lord. We can understand from this all the Purāṇas, itihāsas, Lord is a infinite and we are Anu, Lord is Vibhu, and we need to surrender to the Lord and we are the servant of the Lord. That is the understanding you will get if you read all those things. Any Srimad Bhagavatam, Bhagavad Gita, or any Purāṇas, itihāsas, Ramayana, Mahārāja, anything if you read, you will get that we are the servant of the Supreme Lord. So that position we need to understand. So becoming a servant of the Supreme Lord is the topmost thing than anything. So if we become a servant of the Supreme Lord, automatically all these mystic powers are already we received through the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So we don't want to practice separately any mystic powers because already is provided. And if we are not able to do that, Lord will do this on behalf of us. So this is the way we have to understand that we should not waste our time on the mystic yogas to get some material benefit. So we need to think about the larger, by our vision should be broader and larger, and we need to understand that we are the servant of the Supreme Lord and Lord will take care of everything. In that way, we have to surrender to the Supreme Lord, lotus feet, then all the mystic power we will receive. Hare Krishna. Grantharaj Srimad Bhagavatam ki Jai.